They say Pablo Picasso could shatter a woman the way he shattered a piece of clay. Shape her, mold her, twist her, and when he was done, discard her. For decades, no woman survived him. Not one. Not until Françoise Gilot, the only woman who ever walked away from Picasso and lived to tell the world what she saw inside the storm. This is her story. Paris, 1943, a city wounded by war. Dim streets, shuttered cafes, fear in the air. Inside a small smoky cafe, a young art student sits alone. Françoise Gilot, 21 years old. Sharp mind, fierce eyes, a flame disguised as a girl. Across the room, a man watches her, a man the whole world knows. Pablo Picasso, 61, a genius, a tyrant, a name that could open any door and close any life. He walks toward her, certain of his power. "You're so young," he says. "I could be your father." Françoise lifts her eyes, steady, unshaken. "I'm not your father," she replies. Picasso smiles, not out of kindness, but out of intrigue. He has found someone who doesn't bow, and from that moment, he wants her. Picasso had a pattern, a deadly one. History whispered it. Art historians feared to speak it aloud. Women didn't simply fall in love with Picasso. They fell into him and disappeared. Marie-Thérèse Walter, joyful, devoted. After he left her, she ended her own life. Dora Maar, brilliant, gifted, unforgettable. After Picasso abandoned her, she collapsed into psychiatric hospitals and electric shock therapy. Jacqueline Roch, Picasso's second wife. 13 years after his death, she took her own life too. Picasso called women goddesses or doormats. He called them machines for suffering, and they suffered. But Françoise Gilot, she was different, made of something rarer, something Picasso could not understand nor destroy. For a decade, Françoise lived inside Picasso's orbit. Not as a wife, he never married her. Not as a mistress, she refused the word. She loved him. She bore him 2 children, Claude and Paloma. He painted her hundreds of times, as if trying to trap her inside his canvases. But Françoise was not a shadow. She was an artist, and she began to see what others could not escape. "I loved him," she said later, "but I also saw how he needed to destroy the things he loved most." Picasso became cruel, controlling, jealous, a man who demanded worship, not partnership. He belittled her art. He pitted her against his other women. He wanted her to shrink into him until she disappeared. But Françoise Gilot was not born to disappear. One morning in 1953, in their villa in Valurès, Françoise looked at herself in the mirror. She was 32, but felt ancient. Behind her, Picasso's paintings glared from every wall like watchful eyes. He entered the room. There had been another argument, another night of rage. And quietly, she said the words he never expected. "I'm leaving." Picasso laughed, a harsh, cold laugh from a man certain of his power. "You can't leave me. Nobody leaves Picasso." But Françoise Gilot did. She packed her bags, took her children, and walked out the door. No screaming, no begging, no collapse. Just one woman who refused to be broken. Picasso was furious. A god had been defied. He used his influence to choke her career. He called galleries, collectors, dealers. He told them, "Do not show her work. Do not support her." "You are nothing without me," he told her. "No one will care about you." But Françoise did what no one before her had done. She built a life without his name. She painted, She raised her children. She held steady, even as the world tried to silence her. And then she fought back. In 1964, she published Life with Picasso, a truth-telling, fearless memoir the world had never seen before. Picasso tried to stop it. He failed. The book became an international bestseller. For the first time, the world saw the man behind the masterpieces and the woman who survived him. Years later, Françoise met a different kind of man, Dr. Jonas Salk, the scientist who created the polio vaccine, a man who healed the world instead of wounding it. Picasso wanted to possess the world, she said. Jonas wanted to heal it. They married in 1970, a partnership of equals, a love built on respect, not control. Françoise's art flourished. Her work reached the Met, MoMA, and the Pompidou. Critics began to see her not Picasso's muse, but Françoise Gilot, a force of her own. She lived to be 101 years old, 50 years longer than Picasso. 50 years proving she was never his creation. She was her own masterpiece. Near the end of her life, someone asked Françoise, "How did you find the courage to leave Picasso?" She answered softly, "Because freedom is the only love worth keeping." Picasso painted her face 100 times, trying to capture her, control her, own her. But he never did. Because Françoise Gilot wasn't a muse. She was an artist, a survivor, the woman who walked away from Picasso and stepped into her own brilliant light. Sometimes the greatest act of creation is refusing to be destroyed.